In this video, I want to share some sources of income with you or things that you can do for yourself with some effort to get you an extra income. And I'll rank them on a scale of 1 to 10 from how easy it is to how hard it can be. I've done a video like this before, but I felt like I should make a more updated one with more context. We'll rank these based on the skills required to start, based on the cost to you, and of course, the time it will take. Welcome to another Finance Friday episode. And without further ado, let's just jump right in. The first thing I'll talk about is what I've done for the past 7 years now, and that is content creation. Being a creator who does this full-time and has a few people working for my brand, I've learned so much, and I'll share some of that here. The first thing is that you should pick a niche. Any niche that you have the key differentiator. Now, what does this mean? This is the thing that sets you apart, which is you, and of course, the thing that you can talk about for hours on end and not get tired of talking about it. I've said this a lot when I speak, and I know this to be true. Many of the best creators I know who have also turned friends live this way. They are very passionate about the things that they talk about and the stories that they tell. You will know that they care and they make the audience care about what they're doing. And I think that is the key to being different. That's the key to differentiation. The cost for starting out in content can be quite high depending on your niche. I always say people should prioritize the story first and having good sound as the next best thing. Good microphones, of course, good lighting, and good smartphones. Or you can just get a camera to start. You need to be skilled in the art of talking to the camera or speaking well and communicating. And we usually get successes when it comes to making money with content creation in around 1 to 2 years, but it can sometimes take longer. Again, depending on your niche. I have a link below where you can sign up for some more of my ideas when it comes to creating content if you are interested. And on a scale of 1 to 10, for how hard this is, I would rank it around an 8 because it is tough. If you're a long-time follower of the channel, you know that I always talk design, graphic design, specifically user interface design, which is something I personally specialized in for years and made me most, if not all, the money that I used to start this channel. There's still a high demand for designers or people who can interpret the thoughts or ideas of other people, and make it into a flyer or a poster or a website and help them sell their ideas or businesses. They can make a website that will help people sell their products or services and make them money, which in turn makes you some money. Or you can even design thumbnails for creators. It doesn't really cost much to start out as a designer. I'd say it's in the medium range. It's a skill set that anyone can learn, and it just takes time. You have to have a laptop at hand, of course, that you can use to design. Then you need to invest in quality courses or learning. There's a lot of free resources on YouTube here that will help you get started with something like Photoshop. I highly recommend starting out with Piximperfect's channel. Watch the Photoshop for Complete Beginners guide, which I'll link below. Then I highly recommend Aina Salt's typography courses. I've said it before. She's an actual professor of typography, and I'll link that video below. I highly recommend that. The level of skill required to start is on the low end, but as you progress to really earn more, you need to level up your skill, and that can take many months depending on your commitment, and it can take up to years as well. Now with AI, you can even brainstorm design concepts together, tap from that and put it into your work. And a designer can just create something unique with the help of AI. On a scale of 1 to 10 for how easy or hard designing is to make money, I'd say it's a good 7. Some effort has to be put in. Photography and videography. Now, speaking of AI, something a lot of people are worried about is whether AI is disrupting creative industries. And my answer to that is yes and no. Before I answer, I've worked with many photographers and videographers. And from experience, once you're skilled enough, you can command very decent incomes from this line of work. It costs some money to get started because, of course, you need to firstly learn the art of photography or filmmaking. You need to practice and practice and practice. But not only that, you need to put your work out there. I've said it before that the internet is one giant portfolio or resource where you can showcase your best work. If you find that your interest lies in photography or videography, which is something I've been very familiar with, then you surely want to be leveraging the internet or social media specifically as you progress. It can get difficult too, and the skill required to not only make money, but to stand out can be quite high. You need to understand concepts, you need to have a good eye for the compositions and shots, and you want to take that and do it consistently for many months to a year. On a scale of 1 to 10 for photography and videography, this one gets an 8 because, again, it can be quite tough. Investing. I have a very interesting relationship with investing. Investing is something you do for your future self because you know that while all your efforts today are worthwhile, you can't keep working forever. You can't keep working every day of your life, and you want to have enough that can work for you when you retire in the future. First, I've said it before that you need to have a good savings fund or have a good savings culture before you start investing. It's crucial because investing is quite risky and many people do this with money that they are allocating for a future purpose. I've talked about how I got one of my dream cars all because of investing. I've also learned so much as I invested, and I've learned about my money management style. And when I'm talking about investing, again, I'm referring to investing in stocks, by the way. There are many things you can invest in, but that's one of the more common topics. The cost is a little bit more than average if you want it to work for you. You need to be disciplined too. Experts say it's hard to pick stocks, and I agree. It's why many people invest in similarly stable index funds like the S&P 500. Investing will take many years to really work out for you. At least long-term investing, which is typically the best. And for this, I'll rate it a 9 out of 10 because of the technical know-how involved. Now, speaking of technical know-how, I've learned a lot from people who trade the Forex market. And you know, the Forex market is the largest and most liquid market in the world. I'm sure you know that by now. And by liquid, I mean it's quite cash-based. Major financial institutions play a huge role in this space. Many investment management companies use Forex a lot, and they use it to exchange and trade currencies. And of course, banks. One of our best performing videos on the channel was actually how a beginner can get started, and over 800,000 of you have seen that video. Now, how people make money in this space is by trading currencies. People see a trend in a currency pair and they can trade based on the performance of one currency or another. And in simplicity, they basically buy low and sell high, and people make money from this on a consistent basis. I've talked about Okta on this channel a few times and how they are one of the most reliable brokers when it comes to trading the Forex market. Now, since 2011, they provide commission-free access to financial markets with many services, and they are utilized in over 150 countries. Trading the Forex markets can be high or medium in terms of cost, and it depends on what you're looking out for. The skill level needed is a lot. You need a lot of training, and that's what Okta does. They also provide free Forex training for people who are just starting out, and I'll have that linked below. Doing this is quite risky, and I usually don't recommend it for everyone unless you have some understanding of the market and you know the risks before making any investment. You need to be able to read and interpret the news. You need to be able to understand trading itself and how to create an informed trading plan. You need to understand strategies, market analysis, and risk management. And you need to understand your risk profile. On a scale of how easy or how hard it is, I'd say this one is a 9 out of 10. Due to the technicalities, just like investing. By the way, these are the 4 subscribers who won our last prize, and they are all getting $50 each. So if you want to begin your journey, please download their app with my link below. And again, 4 more subscribers will stand the chance of getting $50 each from me this month when they download the app. So click the first link in the description below. Affiliates are also very interesting for me because I've always loved how I can talk about my favorite tech products sometimes, and I'll share them on here. And when people buy them through my link in the description below, I can get a commission, maybe a small percent of the product or a small fee per each purchase. For this one, the most popular choice is Amazon's affiliate program, which I signed up for, and you know, it's not so stable, but I can sometimes earn something good enough for like my internet subscription or like a Starlink or MTN 5G subscription. And I can also pay for courses with it and the like. So the extra maybe $200 that you get from this may make it very worth it depending on the efforts you put in. I've also tried PiggyVest's referral program as well, and this one gives you like 1,000 naira for every user that signs up and is verified, and they make a deposit. Many fintechs have this referral programs. You can just check your established fintech apps and you can see any referral or affiliate program that they have. And again, once you refer people, they download the app through your link, they deposit something, you can get a small amount. This one doesn't require much cost other than your phone maybe, and you need an audience or a stream of new people every time, and that may be sometimes costly for you in terms of the time you're investing. And you may also need to do some marketing, which many people may not necessarily be comfortable with, but you know, the more people you refer, the more money you can make from this. Something that's also interesting is you've probably seen me wear these glasses in videos before. Now, these are the Meta Ray-Ban AI glasses, and They can basically take pictures with them. You can also record videos with them. As you can see now, I'm just recording my surrounding here. And essentially, if you buy these glasses with my link in the description below, which is again from Meta directly, I would earn a small commission. I'll rate affiliate programs like this a 6 out of 10 because it's relatively fair, but it also requires some effort because you need to have people buying stuff via your link. As someone who has hired writers for some productions we've done, this is a very lucrative path. So you can just stop me and say, Fisayo, but there's ChatGPT. Yes, that is true. But there's also nuance and there's also the human touch. For this one, I would say if you're someone who reads a lot and you read very well, you're almost always going to succeed when it comes to writing. I look out for writers that read a lot and I hire them first. Yes, AI can affect these roles, but it's left to us to create a style or to create nuance or to create those things that can get us in the door. The cost of this is also quite low, but you want to be fluent in English or whatever language you are writing in. And you need to actually be a good critical thinker. And you need to probably have some certifications because they might help. This can take some time, and I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, this is also a 6 for me. Digital products, when they work, can open a lot of opportunities for monetization, especially when you have an audience or a community or tribe of people who are interested in what you're looking to say or what you're looking to sell. So think of this. If you're a food content creator, for instance, and you've been making videos and picture posts for as many years as possible, and you know this way you can make a very good jollof rice in different styles. Let's say your audience always asks you questions on your new posts about some things you've talked about in the past or some things you've done before, and you can't possibly scroll all the way back. You have a lot that you've posted. You can just package all your recipes in a small book and sell that as a digital product. This way, people who love watching you and like your style can actually see your own recipes. I think this is a win-win situation because you will gain some value in terms of money and they will gain some value in terms of your wealth of experience in that product that you've made. I have a few friends who have created digital products and they've succeeded in them. Personally, I haven't made one yet because it's something that I want to do with even more meaning and even more value to you guys. But it's one way to make some money if you have value to give. I would hate to buy a product from someone who is supposed to teach me something when they haven't tried or done the things. So some years of experience can help. This costs some money up front to create the products that you want to sell. So there's that. It also requires skill, and I'll rate this one an 8 out of 10. Oh, and by the way, if you want to be one of the first people to know when we're creating our own digital product, make sure you click the link in the description below and fill the form. Consulting. Like digital products, this also requires your expertise. This one involves people calling you because of your knowledge or what you have mastered and paying you for some hours of your time. People can charge as much as $50 to $200 or more per hour for a call to hear from you, to pick your brain and know what you can help them with, to help them answer questions. When you help them answer some questions, they can in turn make some money. So it's probably a small investment, but it can get to thousands of dollars for you. Consulting costs almost nothing out of pocket when you want to start, but the skill level required is very high. You need to have mastered that niche or industry to be able to speak on things, and this one is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's very hard in my opinion because you need to be an expert at some level for someone to get value out of a consultation with you. Real estate. Real estate earnings can come from rent on a property you own or selling a property. Maybe or maybe not necessarily being an agent, that gets a commission from the sale of a property. Many people don't like the real estate market in Nigeria, and that is fair. The dollar rate may not make things look good to invest in. However, it's reported that Airbnbs or short-let properties in good locations can make you some money. For as little as 30,000 naira per night on a one-bedroom apartment to almost 300,000 naira per night on a house. Imagine getting that in a good month where you can make as much as 2 million naira every week. That is a good opportunity in my book, but in terms of cost, this one is pretty high. And in terms of skill level, it's the same as well. I say it's sort of mid to high. And on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of how hard this is, I'd say it's a 9 out of 10 for me because it is quite hard. I made a video talking about the 7 best investments I made that got me to one of my biggest financial milestones, and you can click here to watch that video. I'll see you in that video.